A lot of you guys might not know this, but I started my channel off as a Call of Duty commentator, and I loved Call of Duty, and I still like it to this day, but not nearly as much. If you look at the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer, it has 1 million dislikes, probably a lot more now as the making of this video. That is really a shame to see. Games like CSGO and Battlefield have come along, and they have knocked COD off the pedestal that it was on, and for good reason. If you've ever played the old Call of Duties, there was grit, there was blood, and now there's whipping, there's nay-naying, there's dabbing. What the fuck has Call of Duty become? It's honestly quite a travesty what's happened to the game. There's boost jumps, they keep going more and more into the future, and actually that sounded like a very good idea when I first heard about it, but as we've seen in the gameplay, boost jumping isn't something a lot of the community likes. It's okay in Black Ops 3, I guess, but to be honest, it's not really that good, and the community has said multiple times, bring it back to the past, bring it back to the past, bring it back to the past, and what does Call of Duty do? They go even farther into the future, because well, fuck the fans. Am I right? Activision always has this idea of fuck the fans, fuck the fans, fuck the fans. They've done it with almost every series that they've had. They did it with Guitar Hero by releasing a bunch of shitty sequels. They did it with Tony Hawk by once again releasing a ton of shitty sequels, and we're seeing the same thing happen to Call of Duty right now. And the problem was at the time is there was no other game really competing with Call of Duty other than Battlefield. And then CSGO came along and it was really popular. The game was fairly cheap, there isn't bullshit, releases every single year, it's competitive just like the older Call of Duties were, the game isn't constantly being changed, and the changes they do make are for the better of the game. And this kind of led to the downfall of Call of Duty in my opinion. This is the good thing about competition. CSGO came out and a lot of COD's fan base, myself included, went over to play CSGO because we grew up a little bit, we wanted a more competitive experience, and now we're seeing more and more a lot of those players who used to play Call of Duty, and even if you don't want to admit you played Call of Duty, honestly a lot of us out there, we played COD 4 and World at War, even Modern Warfare 2, and those games were the shit. But we grew up, we wanted a more competitive game, and we also saw that, guess what, CSGO wasn't trying to fuck us over and make us buy a new shitty release every single year, so a lot of us went over to CSGO, and this killed COD, in my opinion at least, because if you look at it, competition is really good. Competition is what makes everything better, because if you look at COD was pretty good for a while, then it started turning shitty, and then Battlefield saw the opportunity, and guess what, Battlefield listened to the fans, and now Battlefield 1 will be in World War I, something that people have been asking for a while. So overall, competition is making these things better, and in turn it's killing COD because they think they're just better than everyone else, and they think they can just sell copies no matter what. If you want to look at in the esports part of it too, Call of Duty is doing esports completely wrong. It's actually a shame, because Call of Duty can be a decent esport in my opinion. A lot of people tries to say it doesn't take skill, but if you were to go up against someone like Optic Nadeshot, you would probably be getting fucked. So yeah, I think the problem with Call of Duty esports is they take out a lot of the rules. They're able to ban things, they're able to do all this bullshit, and it turns into them not even really playing the real game. Also, add on to the fact that the community isn't really that into it, and CSGO is putting up far better numbers. A lot of the people who play CSGO are really into it because the pros are playing the same exact game we are. They're not able to ban certain guns, they're not able to ban certain perks. That seems really stupid. How about you just make the game balanced in the first place, and then people won't have to go on banning things that are really OP. There can be some things that are considered OP in CSGO, but not like to the level where they need to be banned. Except the R8. Fuck the R8. But yeah, I think CSGO really benefited off the fact that Call of Duty started turning to shit. It made a lot of people want to turn to another FPS. This also was with the rise of PC gaming, so a lot more people were getting into PC gaming, and we're seeing how great that was. I feel like a lot of these things contributed to the fact that CSGO is so popular now. You got Call of Duty going to shit, you got Battlefield starting to get back on its feet a little bit and starting to get really good reception. So yeah, I think CSGO and Battlefield pretty much killed Call of Duty at this point. I don't see Call of Duty continuing much longer if they continue to do this bullshit, and I honestly hope they fix their game because, like I said, I like Call of Duty and I want it to be good. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think CSGO and Battlefield have killed Call of Duty? Because I think so. Tell me in the comments down below, and if you like this video, how about you hit that like button, and if you dislike this video for some odd reason, how about you hit that dislike button, and if you're new, how about you subscribe, and when this video does reach 500 likes, we'll be uploading the next one, so be sure to smash that like button. But yeah guys, this has been The Chosen One Inc., and as always, peace out.